folks, and welcome to Great Chesterford Junction Model Railway. Well, this time I'm going to show you where I'm up to on the railway. The last time I did an update on the railway on Bamford here beside me, I think I'd finished the scale scenes garage, and I was looking towards making some industrial units to put in that area there. So I've actually made the industrial units and they're in place now, and I'll give you a look at that, and then I'll do a short slideshow for you to show you how these buildings were built. But first we'll have a look at the finished article, and then you can see how it was built. Okay, this is where we were last time. There was an update with the garage there and everything, and I was moving towards putting these industrial units in, which I've done now over on this side here, and we'll come down and have a bit of a closer look at those so you can check them out. Okay, we've got MTG nuts and bolts at the far end there, and in the centre we've got James Conway, cabinet maker, and then we've got a French polishing business here on the very end, run by Vince Gorman. The buildings have gone together quite well, and originally I thought I would have the building, the whole three there, with their back against the wall near the railway there, but in the end I realised that it fitted in better with everything, putting it at 90 degrees to the wall, so you can have this sort of space in front of the units here that looks like it's for parking and all that sort of thing. There still needs to be some parking bays marked on the roadway and all that sort of thing. So that's how they've been set, and as you'll see in the little slideshow, as a consequence of setting it this way, I'd never designed the buildings with any back doors or anything on them, because I thought, well, it's just going to be butting straight up to the wall. So I'll show you what happened at the back here, because you know, turning them this way meant that there's no back doors on the back of the building. Yeah, so as we move around to the back, and I've got a couple of pictures of this area that will probably show it in a better light than what it's showing here. But yes, to overcome this problem, I got a sheet of thin card and cut the doorways into it, and obviously made it the same size as the back wall, exactly the same dimensions, cut the doorways into it, and then the doors themselves were actually just printed on paper and then stuck on the back of the thin card, and so that they could basically stick against the original wall. And then I've added a lintel on each doorway, and there's a little stone step as well, and then we've got sort of an overgrown backyard here to suit it all there. But anyway, yeah, it's worked out rather well. I'm quite pleased with it. There's still a bit more detail that needs to go onto it, you know, some vents and things, and yeah, maybe some downpipes at the back, but we'll see how that pans out. So there needs to be a fence or something here to sort of stop the MG driving off the end there, and I've got a bit of undergrowth on this grass here now, and as I say, there's line markings that have got to go in, but this is basically going to be a dead end in the factory complex here, and you can see a truck just leaving the area here now after doing his delivery. Yeah, so anyway, we'll get on with the slideshow. So what I'm working towards on this railway is getting the major projects done and then backtracking and doing bits of detail that need to be done. You know, for example, the timber yard here at Bamford. There's bits of timber and crates and all sorts of stuff that needs to be put in the yard. There's all sorts of bits and pieces. The people need to populate the area. And when you get down to the area here down at the back with the low set units there, we have to put some junk in the yard and make it look like it's populated basically, and there's something going on. Bamford town itself needs some people along the street because it's a ghost town at the moment. It's just full of cars and that's it. So the station's got some figures on it, but that's it. So as I say, I'm backtracking, and the project I'm working on at the moment, which is probably one of the last major projects for this section of the railway, is the Footbridge. And you may remember, I'll put some pictures up, you may remember the footbridge I'm using for this station is a converted Daypole X Airfix footbridge kit, the grey plastic version, which looked to me, and it was also suggested by other people, that it looked a bit heavy. When you look at the cross bracing in the girders and everything, it looks a bit heavy. And instead of trying to get in there with a file and cut it all back, which would be a nightmare, I've decided to convert it. So what I'm doing is I'm making it a panelled bridge with inset panels and a roof on it as well. So at this stage I've painted it all, and this is just a quick preview of it, but I'll show you in detail in the next update how it's all going. But I've added this roof section on here, or the framing for it. There's posts everywhere. It's got all these panels inset instead of the heavy looking girders. The floor and the steps are painted, and at the moment I'll bring it closer, I'm putting panelling on the inside there. You can probably see that. So I've still got my clamps on here because some of these sections are drying. And so this is a pretty slow job, putting all this stuff in. And then of course there's the valance that these bridges have. I've got all that made, ready to go on. I'll have to cut all the valances, but yeah. So it's going to be a totally different looking bridge to the Daypole kit, but sort of in keeping with the style of railway that I'm doing. And of course, I suppose even before I put the roof on, I probably should put a couple of little figures in here just to give it a bit of life, you know. So yeah, there'll be more on that and how it was done in a later update, especially after it's finished. So yeah, so yes, I'm working towards getting this finished, and I think it's coming up rather well. I do like the way it's going. So anyway, that's just something that I thought I'd throw in there. Okay folks, well that's about all I can tell you for this update at the moment. I mean, there's other things that have also happened on the railway. I've acquired some more rolling stock and a new loco. Actually there's a total of 3 new locos, but yeah, a couple of them were given to me and I've acquired one myself, and yeah, so all that stuff is going well. I'm sort of getting to the limit with what I can handle with rolling stock. I think I'm going to have to seriously look at the storage situation once I've got some of this scenery put to bed. So yeah, I need to go back to my storage solutions, and which is fiddle yard cassettes, etc. That's another story. Anyway, there's always something to do. Anyway, I probably gave the impression that I'm almost finished the railway. No way. There's still heaps to do, so don't worry about that. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Take it easy, take care, see ya. Gormo.